it's uncomfortable and I have to try, and I don't like either of those things. I don't know if this is a good idea, but we're gonna be putting my marathon training to the test and seeing if I got any faster. You know what that means? Mile time trial time. My least favorite time of all times. I don't actually need to do this. I'm like kind of talking myself out of it, but then that to me means that I should do it because I'm trying to talk myself out of it, meaning that I do actually need to do it. It's almost guaranteed that I will be slower than at least my last 2 times, maybe even all the times, because from being sick to traveling and missing long runs, strength workouts, also my legs are really sore today from who knows even what. I guess what I'm saying is expectations on the floor, and we can only be impressed from there, if it's any better. Let's check the calendar for what I'm actually supposed to do today. The reason I'm doing the mile time trial is because I missed it. I missed it when I was sick or traveling. I forget which one. There was an hour-long one that I missed, and I did that last Friday. And there was a time trial one that I missed, so I was going to do that today. But let's do what I'm actually supposed to be doing. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm supposed to be running 26 miles today. I'm not doing that in my training, period. I know I was following training like to the T for most of this time, but I'm not doing 26 miles. That's only 0.2 miles less than what I'm going to be running in London. Next week is supposed to be an hour-long run. How about next week we attempt 20 to 23 miles. I'm pretty sure I did 20, right? I've done 20, have I? I'm almost positive I've already run 20. So next week, let's attempt 20 to 23 and see how we do. The goal of these runs really is time on your feet, because with the Galloway method, I'm doing the intervals that are calculated from my mile time trials. So it's 30 seconds running, 30 seconds walking. Now the calculation for the marathon is 60 seconds running, 30 seconds walking, meaning it will be I could run a marathon with those intervals in the same time that I can run maybe like 20 miles using the 30-30 interval. I hope I said that right. So anyway, it's really all about time on your feet, you're not like practicing your marathon pace or your marathon intervals. It's just being on your feet for that many hours, however long it's going to take you. And if you can do that, then you can do the marathon day. We'll see if it works. Hopefully I've had enough training not missed that I can fully test out this method. I think today might give us a little idea of where I am fitness-wise, depending on where my mile time is. I am worried about how sore my legs are because I tried that Pilates class with Rebecca Kennedy the other day on the Peloton. Insert that here. So I found a Pilates class on the Peloton, and I'm gonna try Pilates today. Mainly because I think it's kind of like yoga, so I don't have to put a sports bra on. This is the start. Are we in labor? She's putting her feet behind her on the floor. Rebecca, I can't. I fear this is the warm up. Oh my God, they're not even close to the floor. Nope. Oh good, we have time for one more. Ow, my spine. Please. Oh no. I feel like this is a joke, like I'm being punked. Oh. Ow. This is what I thought Pilates was. Apparently this is just a little rest. We're doing push-ups. I feel like I was lied to by my own misconceptions about Pilates. I'm hurting. Look, you know what? Let's just get ready. I'm really dreading this. I said that to Dan and he was like, why are you dreading it? And I'm like, because it's uncomfortable and I have to try, and I don't like either of those things. I don't like being uncomfortable and I don't like trying hard at anything. But we're gonna do it for science. I'm in the last 10th mile of my warm-up mile, which means we're about to go all out. I don't like this feeling. Finish the mile time trial. Haven't looked at the time yet. I can't talk yet because I gotta catch my breath. Good moment. Are you ready to see this pace? Just as a reminder, my fastest was 8:44. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 8:44. Do you see that? Number 2 lap, 8:23 minutes per mile. When I say that was unexpected, I know the camera's crooked. I'm just gonna prop you up there while I stretch and yap, because as somebody who historically has not cared about pace, a lot of times I'll go for a run, no idea what my pace is, nor do I care. I don't care what anyone else's pace is. The only time I would really care is if someone was like, hey, do you want to come for a run with me? I run like 11 minutes per mile. And then I would say no thank you, because that would take too much effort, because I feel like running 13 minutes per mile. I think the reason that I value these mile time trials so much is because I've been busting my ass for months training for London Marathon and following this run program, the Galloway method, and like totally putting trust in the training and doing my strength workout, staying as consistent as I could despite getting sick and like travel and whatever. So it's like I want my work to pay off, if that makes sense. And I feel like this is how I know that it is paying off and that my fitness is increasing, because I'm getting faster in my mile time trials. Oh my gosh, I'm sore. You know, the other crazy thing is toward the end of that mile, I was kind of like smiling, because I was like, oh my gosh, at this exact point, because I follow the exact same route to make sure everything's consistent. I was like, at this point last time, I was almost throwing up. Like I was gasping for air. I was unwell. And this time I was uncomfortable. You know, I was getting tired. I could tell, like, oh my gosh, I hope I'm nearing the end soon. But I was like feeling relatively good compared to how I was feeling last time at that point. Not only that, but I got like 20 seconds faster. I can't get over this. I can't get over this, and I won't get over this. I'm gonna use this to carry me through to the end of this training, and it's gonna give me confidence going into my 23 mile run next week. Well, let's go hydrate. I don't know why I'm chatting and stretching as if I'm done, because technically I still have 3 more miles left, which I'm gonna do on the treadmill, because I have 2 reality shows to catch up on: Summer House and Southern Charm. New episodes out. I'm gonna tune in to tune out. Speaking of that, that's what I always say about my podcast, non-members only. If you're in need to tune out for an hour every week, listen wherever you get your podcasts. Okay, let's get these 3 miles in. I don't know what it is, but every time I run, I want to say maybe like period, or is it just outside? I don't know. I get so cold for hours afterward. I'm cold. I thought it was low magnesium, so I started taking this like supplement after a run. It's a powder. It tastes disgusting. I'm still cold. It's like 70 degrees in here, I think. What I want to say is I finished those 3 miles on the treadmill, and they weren't bad. I thought they were going to be horrible because I was so tired from doing the 2 miles. The first mile was like warm up, basically. And then the second was the all out mile. And after that, I was so tired. I'm like, oh my God, I have to do 3 more miles. But I was watching my shows and it kind of went by fast. I feel pretty good. But I've felt good after my other runs, and then the next day felt like crap. So hopefully I'm fine tomorrow, because if not, I'm going to be worried about that, because something's not right. Last time I was actually sick. Like I actually got a stomach bug. But the long run before that, why did I feel sick the next day? I fuel, I hydrate, I refuel, I rehydrate, supplementing with magnesium, sleeping, stretching, doing everything, and I feel physically ill. It's never happened to me before. I think that's all I was going to say, that I finished the run. And here's that. I'm editing this video, and a couple updates. I did not get sick. I felt pretty good. Yesterday was the day after the run. I was just tired. I was really tired. But in terms of like getting physically sick, I was not. So I'm thinking that magnesium helped, and hydration and fueling, hopefully. Okay, the other thing is, let me flip this. This is the Magic Mile calculator. So for the Galloway method, so I put in my new mile time, which for the Magic Mile, which was 8:24. So it's saying my long run pace should now be 12:55. This is like based on the fitness of me being able to run this pace, right? So it's saying it should be 12:55 for my long run. It should be 10:55 minutes per mile for my marathon pace, meaning I would finish the marathon potentially in 4:46. I've never run that fast. I think my fastest is probably 5.5 hours. That would be crazy if I can pull that off. Running for less time, yes please. So then you go down here for, these are the recommended intervals for each pace. So for my marathon 10:55 pace, I would do 60:30. For my long run, which was 12:55 pace, I would do 30:30, which is what I've been doing. Really, I only have one more long run left. And if I could potentially run the marathon in 4:45, really, I just need to be on my feet for my long run for like 4 hours, 45 minutes. Not really mattering, like, and doing the 30-30 interval. If I can be on my feet that long, who cares how many miles, really, just being on my feet, potentially I could do 60-30 interval, trying to do 10:55 with that, and run the marathon in 4:45. That's crazy. I was absolutely thinking this entire time I would be looking at very minimum 5-hour marathon. This is getting interesting.